Hello, everyone. Welcome to BizChicks TV. This is a place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. And today we're here with our money mindset coach, Coach Caren, all the way from Toronto.
Yo.
Good morning, Coach. Good morning.
Morning, girl.
I just want to emphasize the fact that Coach Caren is a great life coach as well as a great business coach. So you want to tap into all of this wisdom. And I hope you guys have your pens and pencils ready. Let me see if I got my pad is go.
She's
Coach,
ready.
what are we talking about today?
Oh, man.
Well, yeah. So what's the subject today, Coach?
We're talking sales. All this month, we're talking sales, and I'm just going to break it down in different forms. Today, we're just going to talk. We're going to do some sharing. Later on, probably next week, I'm going to send it to Terry. But today, we're really focusing on preparing for September sales, because if you always hear December is where people make the money, then you want to have your prep set up this month so you can start the journey all the way down to December, making some good dollars if you didn't get to make it at the first part. Remember, guys, we're at the second month of the second half of the year. You guys remember when we started here and I telling you how the year is going to fly, what's going to happen if you're not doing anything or you did something. Either way, the year is not waiting on you. So get up and do whatever it is you need to do to get your business going. And so today we talk about preparing for September sales. It could be any sale, but that's what I decided to write. We're going to cover what is August really about. Like if you're not making money, what is it about? And why take 30 days to get yourself into, growing your sales? Why 30 days is such a good number? It's just a good even number to look at, right? Mm-hmm. And who are you serving now? So we're going to talk about those things to bring in some moolah. That sounds good, Terry? Sounds
great.
All right. So what is August really about? If you have done your stuff up until June, let's say you even took July off and you were just relaxing, enjoying, but you're reining it in right now. And it says, it's August. I want to get some sales in by September. I know how many clients I want to reach. I know the dollar amount I want to make. Mm-hmm. I know the work it's going to take because I've done it the beginning of the year. So let's talk to that person. Let's talk to the person who did a lot of work upfront in the beginning of the year, but's not seeing any dollars in. Mm-hmm. Where are you falling down? What do you need to do? How could you self-correct? This is not about beating you up. This is acknowledging where you've been, what you have done, and what you can do right now. Stop with the beating yourself up, but just what can you do right now? What were the pitfalls? Learn from them, right? And carry on. And what are we going to do now? Like, if it's personal, how can you self-correct? If you were ill, if you're building back your strength, just know you might be using this time to build back your strength. But that is one thing you could do while you're building back your strength. I want you to know this. What can you do? I had a client years ago who got suddenly diagnosed, studying to be a nurse, that she is going to lose muscle. She mightn't be able to walk. She could lose her memory. A whole bunch of things were given to her in her 30s. And she said when she got the news, she just wanted to crawl up and die. And I entered into her life in her 40s. She didn't have a savings account. She had a saving account, but a checking account, but no savings account. She was on disability, barely surviving, and she wanted to do something to earn a little something for herself. Okay. In step Coach Caren, we open a savings account after fighting me on it. Budget in her groceries so she knows that she can have food in the house. I taught her about sales for the supermarket that's close to the area and all that sort of stuff. I gave her a script for her social worker so that she can have an easy discussion without feeling really out of the way. Because when you're not used to asking for stuff, it was hard for her. And I wanted her to not be sneaking around, but ask the social worker, what could she do as a disabled person, still earning income, and it doesn't cut into her disability check? And all those things when we first talked about it was hard. But in the space of 90 days, We moved down the line. It took us another month before she agreed that she could save $50. Now, to get her to save $50, I'm telling you this because we can get into money just now in the profit area, but to get her to save $50, I went home. I came back home because it was an in-person client. I came home and I made her a spreadsheet. I said, here's what we're going to do. Because sometimes we have to lend a helping hand. So this is the things I did. I made a schedule. I show her. She had to tell me all she was making, which was embarrassing in her head. But we needed to know that monies. She wanted to still travel when and if she can. And so we looked at everything. And I said, didn't matter what we was looking at, we're going to save $50 a month. Well, she says, Caren, I don't know where you're pulling that from, but I don't have $50. But let me tell you, after 4 months of saving $50, when I got that $50 for her, she said, Caren, I'm telling everybody I know that this is possible. And that's really the joy I spread to people. This is possible, that she can have $600 at the end of the year. It's not a big set of money, but it's money she would not have had.
Right. Yes, and it comes in handy during Christmas.
Ooh, she was happy at Christmas. She don't have kids, but she was able to give her brother and her nieces
Exactly.
She felt so good. She can go to church, and she was able to. She didn't think she could participate anymore. She's able to give a little something, help the Sunday school kids. She just feeling so proud of herself. And we were planning for the next year for her to buy a ticket to go see her mom, because her mom was in a different country. Like, all these possibilities start emerging for her. And I have a friend that run a computer business. And I said to him, listen, what do you do with the old computers? He says, I don't know. I said, okay, clean it up. And before you throw it in the recycle, could you set it up for somebody to use? Because I know she couldn't buy. And we got her computer set up. We got her online so that she can see what it is she can do. That computer lasted her for like 2 years, by the way, guys.
I'm sure she could do quite a lot having been a nurse.
Yeah. And so when she was now studying, and so she said, the last time I saw her, she says, Caren, the computer went bad, but I was able to save to buy myself my own laptop. That is like, when I hear stories, when I get to tell you guys stories like this, it just gets me so excited. Just to showcase to you what you can do when you sit, lay it out. It's going to be embarrassing, but lay it out. And then get in there and work those numbers until those numbers work for you, not against you. Make sure those numbers work for you. Now, when you first do the first draft, it's going to feel like it can't happen. When you do the second draft, you might still be questioning. The third draft, you might start seeing tiny possibilities. Let's stick to it until we get it done. We did a lot of maneuvering to get her that $50, but that's what we did. The next thing we did was get her $20 for herself, because the 50 was to save and we wanted her with the $20. And that $20 was not a big thing. But here's what the $20 did for her. It made her see that she can got $20. That if she feel like having a tub of ice cream, she's not touching into the regular grocery bill, and she's like, I can't get ice cream. No, she can get ice cream. And that $20 were like, I want a piece of chocolate, I can buy it. I want some flowers, I can buy them. Like, that was what the $20 was for, to uplift her, make her feel like this person again, because she was sliding down this slippery slope. Okay, so guys, this is why, $20-$50, when I talk about these little tiny things, it's really big for some people, right? Now, let's put that in a business, right? So now you whatever you have, and if you have a job, don't run and quit. Don't quit. Stay in the job. Angel investor is your job.
Yes.
You might be able to take 50, 100, 20, whatever out of the job. Put some into saving, but save the other half for investment in your business. Soak up all you can. Do all you can to figure out how you're going to market the business. But I don't want you to forget, marketing is not enough. You need to actually sell. You need to market to sell. So many people market, but they never sell anything. Everybody know them. They build content. They talk to you, but they don't actually sell. And you got to sell. So August, you're looking after all of that so that you can sell in September, right? There's so many different avenues. I would have to come in, and I did it before, but I'll come back in probably in September and do a whole sales month. Just getting you. So this is leading up to selling, right? Number 2 is, as I said, why take 30 days? 30 days is helping put your mind where it needs to be,
Mm-hmm.
to really understanding that you can do this. And this is for yourself before you go to business. Like, I can do this. So whether is you were planning to walk or run and you haven't done it, do it for 30 days, because you're giving yourself permission and showcasing to you that you can do it. And call your name. Caren, I want to run for 30 days. And even when I fall down, I'm going to get back and run for 30 days. Call your name. Identify it's you that's going to do it. Nobody else. Don't tell anybody else to do it. You go do it for the 30 days. For
Okay.
30 years, 30 days, I'm going to make myself breakfast every day. Make yourself
Mm.
breakfast. Do not disappoint yourself. Do not go hide from yourself. Don't forget about yourself. Every day, make a calendar and tick it off. For the next 30 days, I'm going to make myself breakfast. Write the breakfast down, take out a picture of the breakfast, enjoy yourself at the breakfast table, and write a little note about the enjoyment of the breakfast. So we did workout, because the workout is for the mind, body, and soul. It's not only for the losing weight or fitness capacity, but fitness of the brain and the mind. That's why we're doing that. All right, so we got that down. What we want to do for ourselves. If you're disorganized, get yourself organized within those 30 days. Money organization, emotional organization. If I am way sliding down a hill in worry, taper that back to stop worrying about the things that is out of your control. Leave it alone. Pray about it, look into it, but don't worry about it. If you cannot do anything about it, that's not your forte. And stop the worry. Worry don't carry you anywhere other than down the mudslide. If you
Yes.
want a mudslide, go join one of those groups and do a mudslide run.
All righty then. That's pretty good, Caren.
So that you look after. Then once you look after yourself, really, really and truly ask yourself, like, what kind of sales I want to make this month? And I want you to, don't be embarrassed. Don't listen to social media. If all you want to make this month is $100, then that's it. Everything that you're doing is to make $100. That's it. If you make five, 1,000 bonuses, great. But set yourself at that $100. If your business is more of a high ticket, set for $1,000.
Uh-huh.
That means you might be doing some pro bonos in there. You might be doing some things in there that's not going to be paid for. But I'll tell you, the pay is so much more. You get so much practice from that non-paying client, because you're going to serve him or her, depending on who you serve, as though they were payments. And here's how you're going to do it. You're going to tell them how much it would cost for your service if it was pro bono. You're going to go write in your Excel spreadsheet or your Google Docs, whichever you use. You're going to write the person name, the date they're starting, the start date, and the end date. You're going to put how much the full cost is. You're going to put how much the fees are for the money to come to you. You're going to take out taxes out of that money. You're going to, if you're like me, you're going to put aside tithes and savings out of there. Then you're going to pay yourself, and you're going to and you're going to put some in the business profit. All of this is in front of you, even if you didn't touch the money. Then next to the line, you put a note, pro bono. But this is what would happen. And now when the paying clients come, the heading is there already. And every time somebody pay you, that's what you'll be following. And you get to decide also, do I want to do 2 pro bono for the rest of the year or just 1? And then you make a note also to yourself. So if you have somebody already, the spot is taken. If it's 2 people, you're just looking for 1 more pro bono. Otherwise, I don't want you to stop yourself from making money by fixating on who could I do it for free, because you've taken that out of the way. You said it's 1, you said it's 2, and that's all you're doing, because you're taking the time to see where things are going to go. Now, having said all of that, how am I bringing the people in that want to pay me? Am I doing content to bring them? Is this a blog situation, a YouTube channel? Am I paying for advertisement? Am I willing to go talk to people in network setups? Am I going to do an online setup? Do I want to, get in the grocery store and talk to people? Understand what you want to do. When I started my cleaning company, I think I did 6 places to advertise: the Yellow Pages, the supermarket, the local newspaper, flyers at the bus shed, walk and put out flyers in people mailboxes. We could do that over here. And the 6 was network meetups. And so I did a schedule And every week I'll have what I did, the results I got from it, and did I gain a client. And everything had a 90 days or a 60 days rem to see how it's going to work. And once I see what was working, I start eliminating. So the local newspaper brought me clients, Yellow Pages brought me clients. The drop off flyers did bring me 2 clients, but it wasn't great. I did 1,000 and only got 2 out of it. So I decided that wouldn't worth my time, but I took one of my employees and pay her to do it instead because it was better for her to do it and the company could pay her because she didn't have enough cleans at the time. And I wasn't doing a lot of social media at the time. I was just doing a lot of local stuff. The meetup was great with the people I meet, but it was fruitful in terms of business. So I kind of I put it on the back burner. And so when you have it set up, though, you get to see what works or what doesn't work, and you pull it quickly. Or I was on Craigslist, and we have a Kijiji here that was online. And so anything that wasn't working, I didn't spend a lot of time in it. I put more effort in the ones that worked.
Okay.
And I set my schedule. And so I knew if I get so much amount of clients, so many people work for me, this is how much I'm going to make, they're going to make, and all that stuff is written down. But if you take the time that I'm talking about, the month of August, if you didn't do this, now you know where your sales is going to come from, what's going to happen, what you need to do. And I like on and off. I like online, even though I love online, I like on and off. So anything I do online, I try to find an outlet that is face-to-face to combat it. Because I know as business people, we hide. I have hidden different times when I didn't want to talk to people, didn't want to go out and meet people. But the truth is, it really helps. Like the two together just balance this thing. So even if it's a supermarket, this used to be my game plan. I just need to talk to 2 people today. And when I say morning, how are you doing? How was your day? I talk to 2 people. The next time I go out, what else do I want to do? I want to say morning and howdy, but I want to find out what they do. So I start investigating people. Then my next time I go out, I want to, and it didn't have to be the same people. This is the thing, guys. The next time I go out, because we're talking about sales, I want to say good morning to somebody. I want to find out what they're doing, but I also want to tell them about me. And so those were the other 3 things. So, and I'm telling you, once you plan it out, God find you people, whether they buy or not. It's not we're looking at. We're looking at teaching yourself how to be that person. So the next time I'm out, I'm going to find somebody and strike up a conversation. I'm going to talk about what they're doing. I'm going to let them know what I'm doing. And if they know anybody who can use my service, I'm not directly telling them that they need to use it. And sometimes nothing happened. And I remember 2 clients called me a time and they're like, oh, somebody give me a card. I can't remember who it was, but they pass it on just as I asked. And those clients became long-term clients for like 2-3 years.
Wow.
One of them I had for over 5 years.
Oh, nice.
Just from getting out there and doing. And then when I'm outside doing, I notice when I come back, my phone would have messages because I would turn off my phone and be really focused on the outside. When I come back, I would have messages calling for estimates and that sort of thing. And same thing with the coaching. When I started my coaching business, I was in the network for my cleaning gig. And I start telling the people that around me who didn't need the service or who needed it, but I knew they weren't a good fit. I said, listen, I do coaching as well. And I did some pro bono with them. And then one of the ladies hired me in the coaching group, in the network group. And then somebody else hired me for the social media. At the time I used to do social media strategy for people. And so somebody hired me for that. And that's because I was out and about talking to people. And then, so I wanted to be seeing the both things that goes hand in hand. So whether you're at church, whether you have a dog, whether you play badminton, that's the other thing. I used to play badminton just for the fun of it. But people will ask you, Caren, what you do? And I tell them, and they're like, oh, I know so-and-so who can use your service. Maybe not right away, but
yes.
You know what I mean? So
yes. And it's all about conversation.
Yes, it's conversation. Don't put any sales pressure on yourself where you're like, I gotta sell. Just have conversation with people. People like people. And no matter if you're introverted, you can smile, you can have a conversation. 2 people, then go home and feel rested because, I have two introverted sons, and I know that it takes a lot of them to talk with people. So I understand the gist of it. Me and my daughter are yappers. And they would be here and they'll come talk to me quietly. But the minute the room get crowded, they're gone.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
So you don't have to do it in a big crowd, two people at a time. I tell people if you go to a network meetup, just plan on speaking to six people. That's it. No matter if they got 2,000 people. Your goal is six people.
And you know something? I think that takes the pressure off
Yes.
when you know what you're focused on,
Yes.
because you can have quality conversations
Yes.
with six or fewer people
Yes.
over the course of a 2-hour period.
Exactly, Terry.
And
Exactly.
if it's a 1-hour meetup, I would recommend no more than 3.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
because
Yes.
it's a lot. In other
It's
words,
it's a lot.
talk to the people at your table.
Yes. Talk to those at your table. If it's a walk around, say hi, smile, investigate. That's my goal. I talk to six people. And I stopped carrying cards. I used to carry cards. That's way
Mhm.
before Corona, though. And I talked to those six people. My goal is to get one client out of the six people I talk to. And it sounds crazy that all I want is one, because that one is going to be a quality one. And I've proven it over and over. I've gotten one, I've gotten two. Sometimes I got five, but it usually is about two is the quality or the long lasting clients. Because that's what I'm looking for at the time. In those days, I'm looking for long lasting. I need monthly clients is more valuable to me than a one time client. So I'm looking for continuity, right? So get in there, do your thing, leave, schedule that in your day. When we in business, our day is the market. Say this is the top of the list. Market, sales, and build content. I know
Mm.
content people talk about a lot, but let me tell you, market, sales, and build content constantly. Because when you're doing it, it becomes second nature and you're not fighting to do it. It's just
Mm.
there and you're doing it. And be consistent, be focused. We talked about last month. We talk about consistency. We talk about focus last month. We talk about practice. We talk about organization. And if you're really following how I come on and teach at the BizChicks, you'll see that I lead you all the way into doing a lot of things if you're paying attention.
This is coming. Yes. Mhm.
And last but not least, who are you serving now?
Okay.
Who are you serving now? That's what we want to look at.
Mhm.
Write them down, write out who they are. And if you're serving nobody, you're serving yourself right now. What do you like? What do you don't like? What irritates you? What frustrates you? What you'd rather have? What wastes your time? What you wish you could have done faster or better or by somebody else? Like, investigate you. You are a client to somebody.
Mm.
You're somebody's client, whether you understand this or not. I don't care how poor, in between, wherever you are, you're somebody's client. You would hear somebody, this person have everything, they don't need anything. But yet they're still buying something. They're somebody's client.
Yeah.
Get in there and be your client. Find out your needs, and then you'll attract people like you that you can serve, and you can serve them better. And you can do a better job. I'm always amazed when I reach out to somebody and they're not doing a good job. Like, they're not punctual, they
Uh,
are carelessly late, they get on the call, they're disorganized, they're looking for everything. You can really learn from them. Don't worry condemning them. Just take notes. What is going on with them? What's happening? How could I do this better?
okay.
How could I serve better? And it doesn't have to be the same business as yours. Just
Mhm.
how could I do it better?
Yes.
I go on YouTube and I even watch people who do pop-up markets. I used to do that in my pajamas days. And I just watch people. When I did my first show, I watched this guy come in, how organized he was, how he had anything going. People asking questions. And even though he was busy, he was so polite. He didn't just brush them off. He just talked to them. He says, is this your first? I was a first timer. That's your first show. Just follow my lead. Be laid back. Be kind to people. Don't
Yes.
rush them. He would say all these nice things, Meanwhile, he's doing his stuff. He take a break. He come and see who needs help. And I remember saying, I said, dude, when are yours going to be done? Because you've been helping everybody. He goes, Caren. And then everybody helps me. And it's no joke. He came over. He says, your shop is not set up how it should be. You're not trying to attract people. Let me do this for you. And Terry, the guy came back the next day. I was there at 6. He was there at 5:30 waiting for me. Pulled my stuff down, started a process. He in line. The guy's a merchandising king. When the guy was finished with my shop for
Mm-hmm.
those 3 weeks, I felt like I owned the shop. Okay. He came and he rehang. He and his friend, he did such a fabulous job for me. He was just kind. And that's what he says. He says, Caren, if you're not gonna be kind, you shouldn't be in business. I don't care who you are.
And it makes sense.
That was his thing.
And the thing is, it just sounds to me like you're talking about good home training.
Right?
You're taught to be polite. You're taught
Yes.
to help people.
Yes.
And I think a lot of times we get jaded over time
Mm-hmm.
because we're not running into similar people.
Right.
That doesn't mean it's not an asset.
Exactly. Exactly. And I tell you, after talking to him, he made handmade ornaments. This guy was in business for over 12 years, but he was just as passionate when you get there. If you couldn't afford his ornament because they were expensive, he will still talk to you as though you were buying it. He explained why it's the price it is, the time it takes him. He's not going to do anything different. This is what God called him to do. He'll just let you know, and this is what he's doing. He says, he's a well-educated guy. I think he studied psychology. He's going to be psychology. He said, but it helped him to calm himself. And when he recognized that making ornaments was what he was going to do, he said, I tell you, I said, God, you crazy. Why would people get benefit from my ornament? He says, but it has helped so many people feel calmer, put a smile on their face. It really was pretty, Terry. Like it's glass and all kind of beads. I mean, really pretty. It's like a heirloom.
Heirloom.
Yeah, you will pass on to your
Pass
kids.
it down.
Yes, they were like 45 to 100 and something dollars. And so he said, Karen, I don't expect people to buy 5 and 6 of them. They're going to buy 1 or maybe 2. They're going to give us gifts. My signature is on it. They can call me if something fell loose and I will repair it. This is how he was on detail. He used to go to the States and sell a lot too. But he was very into his craft and his job. He said, my job is to put a smile on people's faces daily. That's it. So whether I know they're buying for Christmas, but they can call me up, they can talk to me. He started doing a little bit here and there for other holidays, but his focus was Christmas. And that's what he did. So he worked 8 months of the year, and then the other 4 he doesn't work. Selling ornaments.
Sounds like a plan to me. Christmas comes every year.
Yes.
It's not like he's going to, run out of things to sell.
Yeah. Exactly.
Or people to sell too, because everybody is looking for something unique.
Yes.
For Christmas. Yeah.
Yes. And he prided himself on that. And this is why people who have high ticket also want to have middle ticket. He used to take all records and melt them down and turn them into bowls and clocks and different things. So that was his low ticket, but his focus was the ornaments. But then he would sell that. He was into comics, so he would do comic books on the side. His shop was a mismatch of things. But I tell you, he says, Karen, I sell because I'm kind to people. That's what my shop is about. Figure something, but kindness. His shop was named because that's what he shows.
I love it. I love it. Oh my gosh. So the objective in selling is to make people smile.
Yes.
To serve them well.
Well.
And then, you know what? I like that because then you feel good about what you're doing because you're helping people to connect to the things that they love.
Yes, it's just an exchange. The conversation happened, and then there's the exchange. You get your goods, and you pay some money.
Okay. So this is about conversations and exchange.
Yeah. And while Terry is typing, I'll just brief you through what we covered today. Today, we talked about preparing for September sales, right? So all this month we'll be talking sales. So today we talk about what you can do in August to get you ready. Okay. We talk about taking this 30 days, whatever you start, getting yourself ready, getting you ready to get ready for the business. When you're ready, the business is ready. The business is waiting on you to get ready. Don't run into the business and forget you behind. You can get tired, you can get burned out, you're not going to want to do it, and you're not going to do it well. So look after you, right? And then find out who you're serving now. If you're not serving anybody, how are you serving up yourself? And who is using you as their person to sell to? And then I want you to go in there and I want you to do some work. And I want you to come out and figure out where things are going to be. And I want you to get going. And next week, we'll talk about how to end the year strong. I know we're in August, but we want to talk early. You know, the planning, how it starts every year.
Yes.
We're going to be talking about all these things because it helps you to see yourself and where you want to be. Everything that you are and where you are now, you wanted it at some point in maybe not a form it's showing up in, but you have wanted it. You wanted mini retirement. You wanted a lot of time for yourself. You want to be able to do this and that. And then it presents itself and you're like, hey, but I'm not ready yet because why are you coming so soon? I'm not ready for you. But you've asked for it, whether you speak it out loud or it was in your heart, you're wanting it. So here we are.
Wow. Well, Coach, I want people to know that if they're looking to schedule an appointment with you, they can go to your Calendly and they can make a 30-minute appointment.
Yes. And that's free still right away. That Calendly, and then take it down. That's the free one. That's you come in. This is
complimentary.
Right.
So we have a complimentary appointment for you to talk to Coach Caren directly and field all your questions. Yes. Isn't that a blessing?
It is. It will be once you take it up.
And is the course still going on?
Yes, the course is just evergreen. I got some updates to put in there, but yes, the course is a course you can use any time of the year. But getting to the end of the year, this time is really nice to get it in because then you can be looking ahead for next year. I'm telling you, you get in there and you get it done and you keep at it because it.
All right. So this is the connection for the course. We'll put it over in the chat.
Yeah.
So the people can find it. They have to. So I'm going to copy that and put it in the comments here, so people can find it online and they can take the course.
Yeah. Also,
I'm going to put in the Calendly connection so people can book their complimentary appointment.
Yes.
Okay, guys.
All right.
So, all of you watching live and on the replay, there's your blessing right there.
Right there.
Right there. The opportunity. We want to thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
Coach, we always appreciate everything you do for us here at BizChicks, and we value you. We know that you are a fountain of wisdom. And so we thank you for coming over and lending your expertise to our audience. With that, I want to say to everyone, thank you for your time. Remember, it's good to make money in your business.
It really is.
It really is. So come on over and join us every weekday, Monday through Friday, same time here on BizChicks TV. Tomorrow we'll be talking Happy Healthy Habits with Robin Shamizu and friends. And I believe Lakeisha's coming on to give us some beauty tips. Oh my God. I know. What can I tell you? So make that even more fabulous the next time we meet. Okay, guys, with that, we want to say have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks again for everything you do, Coach Caren. Bye-bye, everyone.